our next speaker, Yash Chhabra. Please welcome him with a warm applause. I want to hear applause. Yes, please put your hands together. There you go. Thank you. And Mr. Yash will take us more into that e-procurement, and he will answer the questions that I personally very excited to hear more about. So Yash, welcome, and I think you have your mic on.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible, guys? Just give me a thumbs up if I am. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to speak about B2B procurement, and see, all of us here at some level are, being a trade show, are involved in procurement of goods in a B2B space. Now, we always speak about e-commerce sales, but we don't speak about B2B as sales. We generally say B2B procurement. In a typical value chain, you will have a brand, you will have a wholesaler, distributor, retailer. So product will go through this whole life cycle, and it's only at the end when the transaction happens to the end consumer or B2C is when we call it sales. But there are various 4-5 touch points through which a product goes. So it typically gets sold 4-5 times before it probably reaches the end consumer. So I'm going to talk to in this presentation about how can we solve, what are the problems that us as brands, as distributors, as wholesalers, as retailers, whichever part of the whole product cycle you fit in, face in procuring products, and how can we solve that using technology. To give you a little background about myself, I have been in marketing and heading category now for a company called Frontier Education, which supplies education resources to international schools around the globe. Before this, I have been working with the NMC into the same arm. So NMC distribution, I was taking care again of marketing for education resources to schools. My background historically has always been into education in some part or the other. I was managing marketing for a couple of universities. I worked in Malaysia, India, Australia before moving to Dubai some 6 years back. So when we speak about e-commerce, big numbers, we probably, so I picked this up from some research studies. We understand $48.6 billion is the e-commerce market size probably by next year. If you probably look at MENA, we hear various reports, etc., that the adaptation of e-commerce sales have been skyrocketing. We expect 27 billion of e-commerce sales to be there by 2022 in UAE. But this number, everywhere put together, only talks about mostly B2C sales. B2B hasn't picked up the concept of using technology or procurement channels to solve the problem. Even this 27 billion that we probably see out of 48 billion is it does not include B2B, it does not include grocery, it does not include your Zomatos and food retailers using e-commerce, etc. None of that. It's purely B2C. But as I said, there are 4 channels earlier: retailer, distributor. If all of them start using technology for procurement, this market would be much bigger. Now I will, because my background is obviously in 1 minute, I skipped a slide I think. Because my background has mostly been education, I will give more education related examples. But I would like to here talk about a few differences between B2B and B2C procurement, or how is the customer's journey totally different. So typically in sales, in B2C, a consumer would buy products for their own personal use. I want a pen, my child wants a toy, I probably need he needs a scooter, or I need probably curtains. It's a personal decision. But in B2B, there is the business between 2 entities. It is not a person who is buying it, and there are more channels involved. So in B2C, it's very simple, but in B2B, you will have, it will go through a wholesaler, it will go through a distributor, it will then come to you. And even in a particular entity, so example, let's take an example of education again, schools here, or a university. There would be a teacher who's involved in decision making, there would be procurement, there would be head of department. There are various stakeholders, hence the whole cycle is more complex. It is not as easy as B2C, and that is why maybe that over the years B2B has, in technology, has not adapted procurement channels as well as B2C has, because you've not been able to solve the problems that B2C has. How do you get a procurement guy and probably a user who is probably a teacher to agree that they want the same product? Teacher says, I probably want a particular brand. I will not take names, but a particular brand of pencil. But the procurement will say, no, you need a pencil, I will get you the cheapest one. You don't necessarily need to buy a particular brand. And that is where the conflict comes and it becomes more difficult. The frequency of transactions. B2C, the transactions are mostly one-off. Repeat buying for one particular SKU is very less. So you wouldn't have you going and buying the same product again and again. You bought curtain once. You probably bought a scooter once. You wouldn't go and buy the same product again. But in B2B, that's probably different. You will have repeat orders come through right through. So if I am a school and if I use sand for play area, I will continue buying that every year because that is a consumable. If I need furniture, I will keep buying the same probably furniture to make sure my aesthetics of my classroom looks similar. I think a very important point again is pricing. E-commerce in B2C, very transactional. You see a particular price, you buy that, only option is you have coupon codes to reduce price, but it is very visible that I have to pay X dollars or X dirhams to buy this particular product. But in B2B again that is different. So if I am probably selling this, you are a repeat customer, you are a good client, I would sell to you at X. But a new customer, I would sell it at 10% higher. So for the same product, the pricing also varies. Again, another challenge which you're not able to solve using technology. Payment. You will have credit card checkout, cash on delivery for B2C, but here you will work on credit. Credit will vary. There will be advance payments for some suppliers, for some customers. It will be breaks, 50% advance, 30% on delivery, 20% goes into credit. Again, it's a huge, complicated B2B procurement cycle. And the products are generally same. So you would have the whole range offered, which actually is the only benefit of B2B, where there is less of customization being offered because of the large plethora of products which you offer. So if probably you see some stand here, whatever the products they are offering is the same product they would typically want to take to the market. But in B2C, you can have more customization. Just move on to the next slide. Okay, now I'll speak more, as I said, related to education. UAE is among has the largest number of international schools in the world, by the way. So there are over 600 international schools, which is the highest in the world, followed by China and then probably India. Even the average fee paid by the student in UAE is the highest compared to any other part of the world. So this is a very big market for schools, for education, and for suppliers who are here to probably cater to that kind of a market. 27,000 dirham is the average fees for a student in UAE, and there are over 1 million students who are enrolled from kindergarten till grade 12 at any point of time in their journey in schools. Now, how do we solve the problems that probably a procurement would face? And you can use the same logic to extend to any other industry. It can be extended to hotels, to hospitals, to whichever industry you are from. How do we probably solve the problem? So typically, how would a B2B sales cycle work? B2C, I know, I go on to Amazon, I go to Mumsworld, I like this, click, 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 purchase, I check out, I get the product. But here, procurement will receive a requirement from various channels and in various formats. It can be notes. So somebody would say, okay, I need these products written on paper. Somebody would send an Excel. Somebody would send a PDF. Somebody would just send a screenshot on WhatsApp. Specifications would miss. I would need a blue chair. What size? How many quantity? Is there a particular brand that you need? Is there particular specifications that you need? Because the consumer doesn't understand all these things. They say this is the problem of the procurement. Let them figure out all these things. But there's a gap in this information. When a procurement will get a list of 100 products to get, it will be from 30 different suppliers. 10 of them they don't even know exist in the market. So if I am procurement, I have this problem that how do I make sure that my payment terms are good with the supplier, delivery will be on time, what is the discount structure that I will get as a B2B customer. Anyways, after all this, the quotation will go through various levels of approval with the school. They will probably send the PO out to various suppliers who will then prepare and deliver the order within 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, depending on the cycle, because as we know, not a lot in B2B, a lot of products are not available for immediate delivery. So their consumers are prepared for longer lead times. And then suppliers bill the customers. compiling all this information, making sure due diligence, etc. There is a lot of leakages in the whole process. Typically, I have historically seen that if there is a requirement for 100,000 dirhams which is being made by the consumer in the beginning, by say a teacher for teaching resources, by the end, through all these leakages, 20 to 25% of products are probably lost because the right codes have not come through, procurement has cut some requirements that probably a school requires, the delivery timelines have been absurd, or they have not been able to just find where to get these items from. So this is a loss for everybody in the whole cycle, for the consumer, which is the school, and everybody involved, the distributor, the brand. All of these are suffering at 20 to 25% of their revenue in some shape or the other. Now, how do we bring in technology to solve this problem? So we have we built a procurement solution which I've been using earlier also, where we combined e-commerce with certain levels of hierarchy in schools, and I will probably show a 3-minute video for you to get an idea, and then we'll speak about how this can be adapted into various B2B scenarios for any industry. Can you play the video, please?
Is a user-friendly procurement solution specially developed keeping in mind the challenges faced by schools to collate your orders across a large requester base. This quick start video guide will give you a sneak peek on how to build your order from anywhere, on any device, compare products, order uploads, personalized account dashboards, and all other enhanced features to make online ordering easy and enjoyable. Go to frontieredu.ae and log in using your Move Order Creator credentials. Upon successful login, you will be directed to My Dashboard, where you can view the registered details. UAE Stocked is the default store view. All items that are in stock will be shown in this view. If you want to browse items from a specific supplier, use the drop-down chooser in the header to change the store view.
So various suppliers that I work with, we put them all onto an e-commerce platform similar to a B2C experience.
Browse through the categories. Select the items and add them to your cart, or you can search for the products in the search bar to compare them. Let's try to search Pritt glue sticks as an example. Our website displays all Pritt sticks from different suppliers, allowing you to compare pack sizes and prices. A simple feature that will save you time and money.
Still here, very similar to how a B2C
Filters are
website
also provided on the left-hand side of the page to narrow down the list of items. Change quantities as required and add products to your shopping cart by clicking on the Add button. Continue filling your cart with the products as required. Once you are done with selecting of items across stores, click on the cart to view your order. Review the products in the shopping cart and make changes if required. Add your school internal reference. You can also share your cart to anyone by clicking the Share
There's
Your
some
Cart button.
customization that probably school requires. They want capex and
Once
some
all items are
customization.
reviewed and validated, click the Submit Order button to send the order to the next in-line approver.
So this is where the
Once the
hierarchy
order is
approval for
successfully
B2B
submitted, Order Creator and the next in-line approver will receive an email notification.
So here, after submitting, the order goes.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have any further questions, please reach out to your dedicated account manager and start placing your orders with Move.
So here the order goes through a hierarchy cycle. So which is not shown here, it typically goes to approver 1, which in this case would be probably a head of department. They would go through, they would browse, they can edit the products, remove them. Then they submit again. Again it goes directly to the head of department, the principal, etc. There's a full trail mail, they can see what changes are being made. So through an ordering cycle of probably 3 months, the consumer who's made an inquiry has full trackability of what is happening. So my line manager approved this order, but they reduced 1 or 2 quantities. They rejected these items. The next in line did these changes. Then it went to my supplier. They made these changes. So there is full trackability of B2B solution. Because here the biggest problem we face is people. All these challenges that I showed you are always related to people, either your line manager, procurement, etc. Once all of these come onto the same platform, then it just becomes seamless. The whole process becomes just more easy. There is provision for building dashboards, analytics dashboard, consumer dashboards. So probably what has probably if you have 4 branches for an institution, what have they ordered in the last 5 years? What have they ordered for each department? What category products have they ordered? You can see full trackability. You can do the analysis from a consumer perspective to see that okay, typically I've spent more on art and craft as a function and not on stationery. I've spent more on early years this year. This teacher has particularly spent exceptionally high this year. How do we reduce that? There are budgets which you've set, so it cannot cross that budget. It only goes to the particular budget. So the whole complicated process becomes more seamless because it goes right through from the time a requirement is made till the point the items are delivered. Everything is done online now. And again, you can do it for hospitals. You can do it for probably any other industry that you're from, wherever you guys are from. Anywhere where there is procurement challenges, probably use a kind of system like this to solve these problems. We have typically seen that so on this platform we would have 150,000 products delivered directly. It has become paperless. Again, it aligns. So we are not saying that my customer should not use paper, but to get aligned to the UAE idea of being paperless, this system solves the procurement challenges for any organization by going totally paperless. And over last 2 years, we probably had 150 schools using this, and where we would use such big catalogs for which had 1500 pages per catalog, giving those physically to the school, and all the orders coming through manual LPOs. I have now 60 to 65% of the orders within 2 years coming totally going paperless and coming through this procurement channel which is being used by the schools. And similarly, I think that, as I've said again, wherever you're from, probably go digital, use more, even in B2B, use digital, use some kind of solution like this where you can remove the challenges that you face and also add to becoming a paperless economy. Thank you. I wanted to finish in time. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to probably answer. Thank you.
Presentation.